All the referees that are and the officials that are involved in the match are from different continental regions. So if the athletes, as in the last match, you had a European match, then you would take Pan-American officials and Oceanian officials. Here we have Brazil versus Thailand. And they're in the holding area, we can see from our position. And just about the announcement on the court. We're going to introduce the players. And they're going to be making their way shortly to the contest area. Winner of this match will compete against the Ukrainian athlete, the world champion for 2015 in the -46 kilogram division. In case you get that one, we have Iris Tensing from Brazil. She's ranked number 3 in the world. Qualifying, she's won the Pan American Championships in Mexico. And she took silver in Luxor in Egypt, which is a G1 rated event earlier this year. We have qualifying events that are earn points for the athletes, and most of the Open Championships, international ones, the higher level ones, are rated at G1, are G2. So that's Iris Tensing from Brazil. She's on the court there. And she'll be waiting for a Thai opponent to come in there. You can see there we've got the first place, the gold medal at the Pan Am Championships earlier this year in Mexico. And she's up against Panipak Wongpattanakit from Thailand. And again, these are in the same weight category as our last match, the -46 kilogram female. I can see there that she's ranked number 10 in the world as a young athlete who won the Youth Olympic Games. That coach looks familiar, Luke. Do you know who that coach is?
I'm unsure of his name, but he comes from Pung Sing High School, where most of the great Korean fighters tend to start their days.
We're going to kick myself because I know that guy. Anyway, match is about to get underway. Referee just waiting for the call. Last few words from the coaches. I just call him into the centre now. The Croatian referee was featured in the Olympic Games. She's used to this high-level type of event. And quite interestingly, at the Olympic Games in Rio, the team will be made up of 50% male, 50% female, which reflects the number of competitors, obviously. I've got quite a full arena here today. In the background you can see the spectators, but it's the VIP area which tends not to fill up at this level at this point in the competition. Early start of action, and a warning there against Thailand.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a completely opposite to what you've seen in that first semi-final. This is going to be a war of attrition. Both these girls like to fight, high intensity, especially Iris.
Well, strategically they're playing the same game off the front leg, but straight been more action going up behind there, just catching on the shoulder rather than going up to the head. But the first point has scored now onto the body protector. Again, looking for the headshot. Definitely a fast start going in for the head. So as the Brazilian athletes moving forwards, Panipak from Thailand is trying in there to score the headshot. Harris doesn't seem too phased as yet.
It's still early days, there's no need to panic.
Thailand comes off the back leg, then follows through the body. No point, but it did register. For the kick to score onto the protective scoring system, it has to be accurate and powerful. The athletes wear sock, and in those socks are sensors that when they impact and make contact on the trunk protector, that gives a point. And that, of course, is a kick that points to the body and up to the head, it would be 3 points. So 1-0 here. Thailand being more proactive to start off with in this first round.
Yeah, Iris is definitely finding it very hard to get into that inside clinch area. She's not really finding it that easy at the moment.
Well, it's early days. It's 1-0 in the end of the first round. Definitely more action in this match than the first semi-final. The players not quite as cautious. So it's in our first point. Looks quite relaxed there, Iris Tenseng.
She's one of the most seen on the competitive. She's at most opens, and going out trying to collect her points. I actually coached in Australia one time when I was coaching Kiriaki. Her own coach couldn't make it out. In the Australian Open final, she's a very high intensity fighter. She won't give up. And 1-0 with a Kyongo on the other opponent doesn't really phase her. Not at the end of the first round, even though it is a world semi-final.
And the Thai coach is Chae Young-sik from Korea. So Thailand controlling that centre ground there. Both players still coming off the front leg. Goes into the body there. Again, not registered but not sufficient power. Brazil looking for the counter kicks. It's definitely a cautious affair. Neither player wanting to leave themselves open.
And Iris has levelled up the match in that exchange. Took a point. Just wonder how much aware these two athletes would have been that the Ukrainian athlete has progressed to the final. Maybe knowing if they win this semi-final, they'd be seen as the favourite to win that world title. Maybe that's playing in their minds.
Yeah, they'll definitely have the result they wanted to actually see in the match because they were in the holding area waiting to be called through. But yeah, you would think that the winner of this match would be the favourite to go through. Obviously, there's a lot of resting for Brazil. They want to. It's the year before, or just over 450 days, Olympic Games in Rio, and they'll be looking to take their place there. Nice kick there to the body, and again, but it's the Thai counter kick that scores the actual point, takes it to 2-1 at the end of the second round. So one more round to go in this match, assuming that we don't go to golden point. And the winner will compete against Romaldonova of Ukraine. we see the point from Brazil, cut into the body. You're right, Luke, about the low scoring in this weight category. Is this pretty standard for this type of weight, for this weight division?
It can be, especially when if they're using the cut just to play into the body, they don't tend to register as higher thresholds as the other athletes in the other divisions. But with the 3-4 point techniques, mainly the 3, if they can get over that cut, then obviously you can start seeing the points coming, and then the other player has to open up a bit more, and then the score can go wild. Now it's a level game, 2-2.
Yep, she brought that back quickly at the beginning of this round. So do you think that the players would want to play for golden point like this? Is that, you know, do you think it would be, you know, I would always think it'd be better to win the match in the first 3 rounds if at all possible.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really wants to go on golden point. Golden point's 50-50 really. You can go in there with a game plan, you know, one twitch, one false movement, and that game plan's thrown out. It's a nervous affair.
Absolutely. I mean, the Taipei player from the last match will be really disappointed that she didn't take that. Just over a minute left in this 3rd round. It could go that way again. A bit of a kick to the elbow there.
Thailand just needs to be careful of that penalty going into the final minute, especially if it stays the same going into the last 10 seconds.
Harris did go high there, but she was a little bit short. Less than a minute now.
Iris
gets a point, yeah. Thailand tries the back kick, but it falls short and goes low.
You see the Thailand athlete open up a bit more now.
In the last 30 seconds, she wants to bring it back into this game.
And the Thailand coach is playing for a face kick. You can't video replay for a head kick. That's done by the electronic helmets. So he believes this is a face kick, which isn't scored by the electronics.
So red video replay. This was technology that was introduced for the London 2012 Olympic Games. And we have 2 judges that will review the action from the last 5 seconds where the kick took place that the coach believes scored. The Thailand athlete looks very confident that it actually was. They can see the monitor, they can see the replay. And we're going to see it now ourselves. It looked like it fell short to me.
Especially on that angle.
I think the thing is that the judges have a choice of cameras around the ring, so they can look at it, but it has been rejected. We were right, it fell short. It's a little bit difficult to tell from where we were, but obviously the coach must have thought it scored. So less than 30 seconds. And the Thailand athlete will be looking to get that point. Oh, there, she goes up that time, and it scores. That takes it to 5-3.
This is lapse of concentration there from Iris. She needs to press, maybe get 1 point in a Kyongo, maybe a spinning technique.
Oh, and again up to the headshot. That's it. That's surely pretty beyond any doubt whatsoever.
She has the option of a 4-point technique if she can get it in. Spin reverse.
She tries to reverse one. Just was a bit poor to the body there. I know, that's it. Thailand takes it with an explosion of action right in the dying moments of that match. First of all, there was a disputed headshot that coach felt scored. It looked like it fell short to us, but then she immediately followed up with another headshot and then another to make it without the reach of her opponent. So Panipak, Wongpattanakit takes the other place in the final of the World Championships here in Chelyabinsk, Russia.
I think that's a fine example of why you see the athletes starting out so cautious at the start. You know, we were still at 2-2 for Iris took the lead, went 3-2 up, and then it finished 8-4 in the last 30 seconds. 2 headshots. When you start opening up, you're more vulnerable, and especially on the attack, I find.